Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? There's Jamie. Hello. You are right on time. I am so
I know. I knew you'd be proud of
I am so proud of you.
me. How are you? Hi, Karen.
I'm good. Hello, Karen.
Are we gonna wait till some more people come
No,
in?
I don't know. I was just going to go ahead and start because, so that way people know what we're doing on Instant Replay. And also because the person that recommended this always watches on Instant Replay. She never comes to the live. So I figured we'd give her a shout out. So this was suggested by one of our followers, the Black Dahlia. She really wanted us to do this. And so, hey, Jenna, I have to do this. And this is for you.
I'm gonna turn it to the side just so I can read the comments.
Right? I don't know why you don't start out that way.
Because I'm charging it and it only reaches so far.
You need to get a longer cord. That's what I did. Just for this purpose. So I could do
that. Shoot, hold on. I'm gonna have to keep it upwards. I don't have the ring light anymore that has the plug.
Oh, did you get your mirror?
Yeah, I got my mirror. But I can't read the comments if I put it in that pocket thing. I mean, like it's good for up close, like making personal videos, but I don't think it'll work for live.
The downside to the fancy mirror.
Look it. It's so cool. Hold on. I'll turn the lights off so I don't blare everybody. But see, it's here. And then on the back is where the pocket, so you can put your phone in it. And then down here, you can charge it.
That's cool.
And it's as big as my other mirror, except for it's not bulky.
Right.
So it doesn't take up as much space on my vanity.
Right.
I love it. But the pocket won't work for reading comments. You know what I mean?
Right. So, that's cool. I mean,
I love it.
For you.
And I tried, like, I can talk through it. I can listen to videos through it.
But you should get a
speaker.
Because I have like a hi Mike, how are you? I have like a super long cord, and that helps with charging, so I can keep my phone charged the whole time. Because
well, I have a strip, but it's underneath the vanity, so my ring light's plugged into it.
Right, because doing the lives sucks all your batteries.
I know. That's why I have it plugged in, because before I was live once and I wasn't paying attention to it. It died. So I have it plugged in, but it doesn't reach.
My pro tip.
It won't reach if I turn it sideways.
Pro tip, long cord.
I have to get a longer cord.
There's my pro tip.
But I was here late, so that erases everything bad.
Pro tip. Anyway, so shout out to Jenna. She's the one that recommended it. She wanted us to do Black Dahlia, and so shout out to her. That was her suggestion. And so, to any of you watching, if you guys have any suggestions on murders or mysteries that you want us to do, please leave that in the comment or during the live. We will keep track. I have a notebook.
Hi, Melanie.
I have a notebook. Hi, Melanie. We'll write those down as we go along. So if you want to leave that in a comment or down below through the chat, we will be paying attention and we will write down any suggestions of any murders. They just have to be public record for us to do them. So,
and this was a really good suggestion too. I had a lot of, well, not fun, but I enjoyed reading it.
It's a very interesting case. It's a very interesting case. And so if you guys want to suggest any cases that you want us to talk about, please do so. That's all I wanted to say. And also a little warning. It is graphic. And so if you have a sensitive stomach,
yeah, you might not want to.
You don't want to listen. So keep that in mind.
We're going to try to say as much as we can without being too graphic.
Right. So there's the warning on that. If we could leave it out, we would. But then there would just be a lot left out if we did talk about it.
Right.
There's that warning. So, who all knows the case about the Black Dahlia? Because it's a pretty famous, infamous case. What do you guys all know about the Black Dahlia case? Anybody? I mean,
Hey, Mike.
there's several.
How are you?
I'm going to start prepping my face.
Okay. That's a good idea. I should take my makeup off from earlier.
Right? Oh, and we're going to do the same palette again. Kind of. And Jamie picked it.
Wait, we're doing the same one again as last time?
No, we're doing the same palette.
Oh, okay.
The palette that we were using. Hey, Metal Music.
Hey, Metal Music. I'm here. Just picking something off the ground. We're using the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette.
Right. Yeah, you grew up in California? So you all knew about, yes. I'm sure that was like something that you guys heard a lot about then, Melanie.
With you two, nothing is ever too graphic. You probably know more than we do, Melanie.
Right. I mean, it's a pretty infamous case. Like, I mean, I feel like everybody, but I'm even more in California because it happened right there.
I was born in California, but I lived there like only for a year and then came to boring PA.
But to be in the area that it happened at, that would probably be totally different.
Right.
It's very sad and very disturbing that they never caught the person that did it. I think that's what's like with some of the cases, like, you know, if they caught him, then you're like, okay, but then if they didn't catch him, it's even more disturbing.
Right.
That it goes unsolved. I think that's like, you know, what bothers me the most about this case, that there's no closure for her family. So let me get my.
And the fact that it's 70 years ago and it's still unsolved.
Right. Well, right. That it went so long without it being unsolved, and that there was no closure or anything. Hello, Karen. How are you?
Hi, Karen. How are you? I prime my face. I'm going to prime my eyes, and then whenever you want to start.
Okay. Well, I will. Going to start get.
I wonder if they had caught who did it. Would it have?
I don't know, because that kind of gave it the whole mystique, and also the way he. I mean, we'll get on into it. I wonder if you're right.
I wonder too.
Would there be as many books about it and a movie if they never caught him? Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, that's sad to say, because I do think that her family deserved closure.
I don't know what I would do if it was my child and all those years of not knowing.
Right.
It would drive me insane.
I'd
probably be out there trying to find out stuff on my own.
Well, you think about cases like Natalie Holloway, that they don't know what happened to her at all. And like her mom continues to search for her. Think about those cases. I mean, I would be the same way if I didn't know what happened to my child. You know, I just think that I don't think you would ever give up as a mother looking for your child, or trying to find out what happened to your child. You know. Yeah, I
have to use different cat ears. My other cat ears are out in the living room.
Oh no, the cat ears.
Yeah,
I don't like different cat ears. What are we gonna do?
I don't like these as much. They're so tiny.
That is a crisis. We have a crisis on our hands, people.
It might change the whole show. I don't know. Look at them. They're so. Oh, I can't wear these. I can't.
Go get them, or we're gonna have a massive crisis on our hands.
I'll be right back. I gotta get the cat ears.
I know. I totally agree, Mel. It's just Filma Nation. If I said that wrong, I am so sorry. I cannot pronounce things on a good day, and if I said your name wrong, I'm so sorry.
I got him. Don't worry.
All right. I was panicked. For you.
I got the cat ears.
We were all worried.
So much different. The other ones were like tiny little things.
And how do you say that name?
Balam Nation.
Okay. Because I couldn't say it right, and I was like apologizing because I can't pronounce things on a good day.
Phil Am.
I also had 2 migraine. Like I get really bad migraines, and I had like 2 like I had really bad migraines 2 days in a row, and so my brain doesn't work really well when that happens. So I'm sorry if I
mean, the graphic of the crime would be there, but it's got this lore to it never being solved. I agree.
Well, and there's so much theories to this case on like who did it. Hi, hobbyist, who did it, everything. And we're going to get into all of that. So let's start with the story. Hey, hobbyist. So Elizabeth Short, known as the Black Dahlia, she was born July 29th, 1924. She was a native of Boston. She grew up in Medford, Massachusetts, and she, as a child, she had severe asthma, and she had trouble with bronchitis, and had to have lung surgery at the age of 15, to the point where the doctor said that she needed to not have winters in colder climates, that she needed to go to warmer climates. Oh, you have migraines too, hobbyist?
See, I hate the comments being so small.
I'm gonna
unplug it for a little bit. I'm at 93.
Anyway, so she, because of all of that, she had to go to warmer climates. So she would go to Florida to go with like family, friends, and other family, and spend the summers there. And then she would go back home, to the summer for the summer, but the winter she would spend in Florida. And then, and her dad was named Cleo, and her mom was named Phoebe, and they called her Betty when she was little. And she always loved the movies. And when Cleo left, he later tried to come back home, but Phoebe said, no, don't bother. What? Include the... Okay. Write that down, what Mike said, if you can.
About the dirty sheriff?
No, the massacre cases. Oh, it's still ongoing cases. So we can't talk about ongoing cases right now. They have to be, we can only do cases that are not ongoing. So they have to be.
Oh.
Yeah.
So don't write it down?
Yeah. We can only do stuff that is public record and not ongoing.
So don't write it down.
Yeah. Okay, so then her dad moved to California after that. And then Elizabeth she fell in love with an officer named Matt Gordon. He was a soldier, and they talked about getting married. And they had all these big plans when he got out of the military that they were going to get married. They were going to get married, and he was going to take her to meet his mom and everything. And then she got a letter from his mom saying that Matt died in a plane crash.
Did you read what Mike wrote?
I don't. If there's, we'll have to check into it. If it's not pending, we'll have to check into it.
I'll write it down anyhow.
Okay, we'll check into it. If it's public record, then we can. It just can't be.
Mike, can you message me that on Instagram? Because right now I'm having trouble finding my pen. I have too much stuff on here.
But we'll check into it. But yeah, shoot her a DM about it.
Yeah, shoot me a DM, please.
And then, so the plane crash, and he died. And then right after that, she moved to California to live with her dad. But that did not work out too well, because he ended up kicking her out. He seemed to resent the mom, Phoebe, for not taking him back. So he didn't want to take care of his daughter or anything. Hey, Barbara. So he ended up kicking Elizabeth also. And so she started staying with friends in California instead, and, you know, trying to become an actress. And that's what she set out to do. And there was a drugstore that she went into, and there was a movie called The Blue Dahlia. And these soldiers started calling her the Black Dahlia because she wore black, a lot of black and black lacy things. And she had really black hair, and she always wore flower in her hair. So they called her the Black Dahlia. And so that's where she got that nickname. And so that leads us up to the murder. So prior to the murder, we're at January 9th, 1947. She returned home from LA. From LA after a brief trip to San Diego with Robert Red Manley, 25-year-old salesman that she was dating. He was married, and he actually was he dropped her off at the hotel, the Bentmore Hotel, and it was located at 506 South Grand Avenue, downtown LA. And people saw her in the hotel making a phone call, and she was also supposed to be visiting her sister, who was in town from Boston. And then
Hi, Crystal. Hi, JV.
Hi, Crystal. Hey, JV. And then the last place to ever see her alive was the Grand Grill Cocktail Lounge at 754 South Olive Street, and that was the last place. And then the discovery of her body. So this was on January 15th, 1947. So the last place people saw her was on the 9th, and then they didn't find her body until the 15th.
Hold on, I just got to finish doing the pink, and then I'll do the autopsy.
Well, let me read the discovery.
Oh, I thought it was at me. Sorry.
No. Oh, I was going to do the discovery, and I was going to. Okay, so Elizabeth Short body was found naked and found in pieces on a vacant lot west side of South Norton Avenue, midway between Coliseum Street and West 39th Street of Litmer Park, LA. A neighborhood was largely undeveloped. Local residents, Betty Bilzinger, I think I said that correctly, discovered the body at 10 a.m. and she was walking her 3-year-old daughter. And she thought that she saw a mannequin because the body was so white that she thought it was fake. And so when she realized what it was, she ran over to a neighbor and called the police. And he posed her body with her hands up in the air and over her head, and the elbows bent to like right angles, and then her legs were spread apart, and that's how she was posed. All right, she's gonna start the autopsy, but do you guys want to talk about what you've heard so far?
Yeah.
So that way she can get anything ready that you need to get ready.
I thought I saw a body today while walking, but it was just a dead possum.
I would rather it be a dead possum than a body. For sure. I can't imagine that poor woman and her 3, like walking with your baby and then come alongside that. I mean, I've seen the pictures.
Thank God she didn't take the baby over to the body.
I know, because in the book, because I read the book John Gilmore wrote, and that's the one that's the most graphic. If you guys do not have a weak stomach, you guys can read it too. But there's the pictures. Autopsy. It's bad. It's so bad. Don't read it.
Do my eyes look okay so far?
Yeah.
Kind of doing a rainbow, and then on the bottom, I'm going to reverse the colors.
Good job.
Yeah, thank God it was a possum.
Yeah.
Look at Crystal. Look at what I'm using.
Oh, your cat.
Yeah, she got me.
I have one too. Mine's pink.
Yours is pink.
Used it.
I love purple. Purple is my favorite color. Purple, black, teal, and pink.
Oh, you do not want to see the pictures. Trust me, I did. And you can't unsee things. I told Jamie that we weren't using the pictures.
I wanted to, but she's like,
Jamie wanted to.
No.
You guys can thank me. Thank me, not for Jamie, not what for. She was going to. She's like, I'll put the pictures up, and I was like, they don't want to see them. I seen the pictures, and you guys don't want to see them.
You like purple, pink, and yellow? I like yellow. Yellow's pretty. Where did you get that awesome cup? From an amazing friend. An amazing friend got it for me.
You guys are all welcome about the pictures.
I wanted to.
And I said no.
I don't have a weak stomach. The funny thing is like I used to work in nursing. The real stuff doesn't like get to me, but I can't watch horror movies. The fake stuff gets to me.
Ugh.
Oh, come on, Crystal. That's no fun.
Yeah, I knew you guys would be with me.
She wouldn't even let me post the not too graphic picture on the thumbnail. She's like, nope. Like, I knew it. I was like, I knew you were gonna pick this picture, not that one.
She tried to sneak it in, and I was like, nope, not that one.
Everybody's saying thank you to you. I'm sorry, guys.
I know, you guys would have had nightmares. She thought she was all sneaky about it too.
I sent her like 3 or 4 pictures. I was like, which one do you want me to put in the thumbnail? And she picked the very least graphic one.
And I
the one with
said,
nose.
not the one with the dead body.
I was like, all right, I knew you were going to do that one.
All right, start the autopsy and not super detailed.
What? What was the last comment you made?
Not super detailed. Nobody wants to hear the nastiness.
All right. She is 5'5" and 115 pounds. She has light blue eyes, brown hair, and she had decayed teeth. Her body was mutilated after her death. She was completely drained of blood. She was dead for about 10 hours before they found her body. She was severed at the
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for coming in.
All right. Thank you, Karen. Love you. She was severed between the second and third lumbar, and that also severed her intestines. This is a little graphic. A lot graphic. Her only contents of her stomach was feces because she was forced to eat the feces. She had a Glasgow smile, which is known as the Joker smile. She was cut 3 inches on the left side and 2.5 inches on the right side. And the next part I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it a nice way, even though Tammy told me not to. She had a rose tattoo on her hip, which was cut off and placed in her private area. I didn't say it meanly, but I think it puts a picture in your head of how sick this person was. Her intestines were found underneath her buttocks along with other organs. The person who murdered her also played tic-tac-toe on her thigh. I mean, tic-tac-toe, like, ugh. There was ligature marks on her ankles, her wrist, and her neck. There was lacerations on each side of her face. Her skull wasn't fractured, but there was bruising showing that she had a blow to the head.
The dude was messed up.
There's signs of rape, but no DNA left. She has irregular lacerations and tissue loss on her right breast. Also lacerations on her right forearm, left upper arm, and lower left side of her breast. The cause of death was hemorrhaging from laceration to face and shock from blows to the head. On the day that they found her body, a place called Astor Cabins, there was a room found. Oh, hold on, I dropped something. The charger. Hold on. It was called Astor Cabins. There was 10 cabins. In the one room, a man named Hoffman found feces all over the place, blood all over the place, and women's clothing drenched in blood, wrapped up. They think that this was the spot where they killed her, but the guy Hoffman never reported it because he had charges of beating up his wife, and he didn't want to be charged with murdering. So he never reported it. He just cleaned it up. That is what I have for the autopsy.
Explain why there was no fingerprints on her body and that there was no sign of.
He cleaned everything, or he or she cleaned everything up with gasoline. I mean, the letters that were sent, everything. Her, like when he sent her belongings in, everything was wiped down in gasoline. They did find a partial fingerprint, but not enough to get anything off of it. As far as the autopsy, that's what I have. You want me to start with the letters? Yes. The person who murdered her, he sent letters to the editor of the Examiner. Like I said, all the mail was cleaned in gasoline. One of the letters said, "I will not give up in Dahlia. I always say that wrong, Dahlia killing if I get 10 years. Another one said, here is Dahlia's belongings,
Dahlia.
letter to follow, and it came with her birth certificate, her driver's license. I forget what other belongings, but it was like contents to her purse.
It was like her birth certificate. I had it written down too. Let me.
I'll wait till you find that. Or should I keep going?
Business cards, photographs, names written on a piece of paper, address with Mark Hansen.
And everything was wiped with gasoline.
Yeah. And they found a shoe later on, a black suede shoe. That was what there was like a partial, I think, on that, and that was wiped clean. And
they found a left like heel shoe, women's dress shoe, and her purse 2 miles from the body. There was another letter that said, had my fun with police, and then it was written Black Dahlia Avenger. Another one said, have changed my mind. You would not give me a square deal. Dahlia killing was justified. And then another one said, I have waited for police to capture me for Black Dahlia killing, but haven't. I am too much of a coward to turn myself in, so this is the best way out for me. And they believe that was a suicide note.
Yeah, he sent letters to like toy with them.
Yeah. And everything was wiped down. Like,
and there was things that they didn't tell the press, and there was things that they didn't tell people that he did to her.
Yeah, Crystal, after he killed her, there were letters coming in. They were all kind of written almost like you cut out portions of magazines and like tape them, like glue them on. That's what they kind of look like, most of them.
He was psycho.
Yeah. Do you want me to go on to the suspects, or do you want me to?
Yep, go on.
The suspects, there was 150 suspects, potential suspects, 750 investigators. One of them was Dr. George Hoddle. He was on the list of suspects. He was a doctor capable of doing the procedure that severed the body completely in half. After George died, his son really believed that he killed him. He found pictures that resembled that he believed were Elizabeth Short. The guy was bugged. His house was bugged because he was one of the major suspects, but he toyed with the cops. Like, he said, well, what if I did kill the Black Dahlia? They would never know because my secretary is dead. And they were thinking that he was confessing, but he was just playing with them. The son did get dogs to smell around.
In my opinion, I think it was him.
So do I.
In my opinion, it's just my opinion.
He had
the one that did it.
He had police dogs go sniffing around their childhood home, and the dog picked up scent for a buried body. And then they tested the soil where the dogs found the scent, and the soil tested positive for a buried body. There was receipts a week prior to the body being found for bags of cement, and there was the same brand that he went and bought at the scene, and it was filled. I think there was watery blood in it, but it was the same exact brand of cement.
Yeah.
What is this? There was also a man named Dylan Leslie. He was a mortician, so he knows how to drain the body completely of blood. He knew things about the killing before they were revealed. He also liked Elizabeth Short, and she rejected him. And he also knew about the rose tattoo on her thigh. People say that they
Yeah.
think that the LAPD was either corrupt or incompetent. That was what everybody was saying because they had all these suspects that they thought they had their people. You mean like they just didn't? It seemed like evidence was disappearing.
I think that it was. I think they were just. I don't think they had the manpower.
I really think that it was the doctor.
I think it was the doctor. They just don't have. They didn't have the manpower that they do now for cases like that. I mean, when you think about it, you know,
Right, they don't have
they
like
were
they can't test DNA like they did. I mean, like they do now. I mean, if they had soil tested positive nowadays, they would be able to know whose body it was.
whose blood it was, like
Right.
everything.
Like they kind of left it at that. Okay, tested positive, and that was it.
But it could have been. It could animal like they didn't even know like if it was animal's blood, if it was human blood, they couldn't test. They just knew it was blood.
Right.
Same thing with that hotel room. They could have checked it for. They could have checked. They could have checked that room with like seeing the blood, even if they cleaned it up with UV lights. They could have seen all the crime scene. They could have done all that, even if it was cleaned up nowadays.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of crimes that have been solved nowadays that they couldn't have solved back then. I think it was a
Do
lot.
you know more than what we've said, Melanie? Like, is there
I think,
stuff that
right,
you
right.
know that we don't know? Because as far as like the autopsy, the suspect, like there was more on suspects, but they weren't as strong as these two.
Well, and some were also kooks that were just
A
trying.
lot of people called in and admitted to killing them, and they weren't the ones who did it.
They were just kooks. Yeah.
But I mean, that's pretty much what I have. Do you know anything else that we don't, Melanie? I mean, and the thing is, when I found the thing that Steve Hoddle, when he started trying to look into his dad, there was other children that think that their parents were involved. So it wasn't just him, but
Right.
he was the most, like the same cement found at the body. The
Right.
fact that he can sever the body, he learned that. He knows that. I think they even said that he was one of the only doctors that has done it, like in his field of practice.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I really think, in my opinion, it was him.
I think so.
Yeah.
In my opinion, right, Melanie. I think that now they have cops that just do unsolved cases and cold cases. That's what they specialize in.
I think they would know more than they know now. Or then. If it was something that just happened now and everything was new, I think we'd know more. I heard she may have stayed at some point at the Cecil Hotel, which had some extremely disturbing things going on.
Which might as well, because they said that she kind of bounced around because when her dad kicked her out, and she was kind of known as a party girl.
Right.
So she you know, she did kind of have that reputation where she you know, she probably got into some bad crowds, but they didn't know where and she was having an affair with that married man, and he was one of the first suspects. He obviously saw her the night she was killed, that she was taken, so they don't know what happened to her.
The other thing that really bothers me is that the mother didn't even find out that her daughter passed away from a cop or a doctor. The editor of the Examiner called the mom to try to get information out of her about Elizabeth Short. And when she didn't say anything more, there was nothing more they could get out of her. Because when they called, they said your daughter won a beauty pageant. And they were asking her all kinds of questions about Elizabeth. And when The mother had no more information. They said, well, your daughter didn't win a pageant. She's dead. Like, that's so messed up.
Well, and then the dad, when he found out, he said that he didn't care.
Yeah. He had no interest in knowing anything. He didn't care.
He didn't care. He didn't want to be a part of it. He's like, she's not my concern. I kicked her out. And so.
And she was like the perfect person, if you're going to do this to, because she didn't live anywhere. She wasn't missed. People wouldn't know if she didn't come home. But he wanted it to be known. I mean, he put her out there and he wanted her to be found.
Yeah. Well, it took him. He took her on the 9th, and then her body wasn't discovered until the 15th.
Could you imagine if that mother took the daughter or the child over to see if it was a mannequin or not?
Mm-hmm. It was horrible.
Because the child, I think, was old enough to remember it.
No, she was 3.
Was she 3?
She was
only 3.
She was 3 years old. She was little. I don't think she would. She wouldn't remember, but I mean, she
might remember something.
She might remember pieces of it, like maybe her mom's reaction, but I don't think she would remember it.
Yeah, it was, and still sort of is, once it reopens again, a low rate money place to stay, and there's just shady folks that stay there. Richard Ramirez, for example, stayed at the Cecil while killing.
What?
Oh my God.
Really? Like, that's really, it kind of
sounds
like a shady place.
Is that place still there? I know there was one building that they said was still standing. Is it that one? I mean, what kind of person plays tic-tac-toe
Psychopath.
on the body? He walked in with blood and nobody cared?
Really?
Oh, God. That's sickening.
I mean, and what one's that? What murder case is that?
The Ramirez, right? The Richard Ramirez?
I'll have to look that one up.
It's closed at the moment. They will reopen up for the umpteenth time. So if we looked it up, we'd have to do it real quick before they reopen it.
We'll have to wait until they completely close it if it's being reinvestigated.
How long ago was that one? The Night Stalker. I don't know. It's just hard to believe that there's people out there that are capable of this.
I mean, there's some sick people.
Yeah.
Well, and then they think that the Black Dahlia killer could also be the Cleveland torso killer.
That's true. But they said that it was different than the normal. Like, it wasn't like his other crimes. They think that he was another suspect, but it was off
That he
on how he committed his other murders.
That he changed his MO.
The hotel is closed, Melanie said. Thank God. I bet you there's ghosts in that building.
Oh, there would have to be. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It could be. I mean, you never know. It could be the same guy. Changed his style so he didn't get caught. Who knows? There's so many theories around it.
Was there anything else about the Black Dahlia? I always say that part wrong.
Dahlia.
About the Black Dahlia that we didn't mention that you've heard?
They can evolve. I mean, they could get a more.
There's a documentary series about the Knights. They evolve and become better killers. There's also, I think it's called All Through the Night. It's like a TV series, and they base it around the Black Dahlia. I want to watch that.
What is
I
it
believe
called?
All Through the Night. I think. Let me look it up real quick. I think it's All Through the Night, but it's a TV series.
Is it on Prime?
Let me look real quick. I don't want to say it wrong.
I think it. Okay, I'll have to watch that because I have. I might not be able to watch it though if I can, so I can sleep.
I Am the Night.
What is it based on? Is it Black Dahlia or other, just all stories?
It says it's a suspense drama. I Am the Night is inspired by true events, telling the tale of the teenage Fauna Hodel, who was given away at birth. The mystery of Fauna's origin has never greatly affected her until one day she discovers something that makes her question everything. An investigation leads Fauna to reporter Jay Singletary, and altogether they follow a trail that ends at the doorstep of infamous gynecologist Dr. George Hoddle, a man involved in some of Hollywood's darkest debauchery and possibility, its most infamous unsolved crime, the Black Dahlia.
There we go.
So it's called I Am the Night. There's a lot of known actors in it too.
Has anybody seen the movie The Black Dahlia?
That one looks good too.
Scarlett Johansson and I can't remember the guy.
We were gonna watch that before we did this, but we ran out of time.
Somebody kept getting sick.
I'm sorry.
I did not get sick until yesterday.
Explain to me. I didn't know them, but through knowing people, there's 3 people killed by the Night Stalker I am connected to.
Oh.
I'll stop talking about that case because you're not doing one. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. You can talk about it, Melanie.
You can talk about it. We can talk about it. We'll do this Night Stalker if we can. We'll look it up.
Yeah.
We will totally do that one.
I'll
write it down right now. Night Stalker.
All right. Let me find my pen. I know it's in here.
The Night Stalker. And then I will watch the documentary also. Night Stalker. Night Stalker. Netflix. Netflix.
I'll just write it in my phone. I know I brought my pen in. I just don't know where
I
I
mean,
put
I
it.
don't think I spelled Netflix right, but okay, I have a migraine. I'm on medication, so my brain don't.
I'll write it on my notes. And Mike already messaged me about the other one.
What?
Mike already messaged me about the other one.
Okay. Did you write that down? The massacre? Yep. I never had massacre in it.
This
okay.
The best part of that case is how he was captured.
And so, since we're speaking about other cases, so Jamie had one that happened in PA that she wants to do about an Amish community. About a
yes, I do.
Coming in and shooting up the school. And then I want to do this one that happened here in Kansas about Kelsey Smith. And there was like a whole act that was based on that because it was big news here and even world, like, because it would have been found if they were able to ping the cell phone. So her family made the Kelsey Smith Act. And so you're able to ping people's cell phones because of that act. So I want to do that one also.
Is that how the Find My Phone came about?
It could be. We'll get into that. We have to look it up. They all are interesting. It is interesting. That's why I want to know what all of you guys want to hear too. Because there's some that like I want to hear more about, and I want to hear what you guys want to hear more about. And then obviously there's some like really ones that are, yeah, they're so separated. Yeah, well, yeah, well, it is definitely.
And it's a really, really interesting story too. And I lived in Kutztown, which is really close to where it took place. So like when something happens in their community, they all gather. And I saw like over 300 horse and buggies pass because I lived in a farmhouse back then, and I saw them all go past my house that day. So it kind of touches you when you see it. So I really want to talk about that. Does my eyes look okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks good.
I went rainbow on the top and then opposite on the bottom. And then I used black eyeliner. I like her palette. It blends easily.
It does. So good.
Did you guys like this?
Did you guys like the story?
The Night Stalker, he was caught by the people on the street. They were beating him up, and he was glad to see the cops show.
Beat him up.
That's what I feel that way too.
He deserved it.
Oh, we're using the Jacqueline Hill Volume 2.
We both are.
I'll open it up. I'll show you.
Mine's well loved. Hers probably looks a lot prettier because she probably.
Mine's a little bit newer than hers. Not new. Like I had it last time, but I barely dip into it.
I use mine all the time.
You can see tonight I probably used the most colors I've ever used. But it's a pretty palette and it really blends easily. I had no problem doing the rainbow look. They all blended into each other.
We're glad you're here.
We're glad you're here. Exactly, Melanie. Good riddance.
I mean, I feel that about all of them. Good riddance. But I do think they should at least. I don't think that they should like have the easy way out and commit suicide before they go to trial. I think they should have faced.
Yeah, I don't think they should have the death penalty because then they're not paying for their crime. But
I don't know.
if they're beaten to death, then it was a slow death. They were put through what they put somebody else through. It's really nice, Melanie. I like it. I kind of wish I had been using it. Like here, I'll get up close. And you can see I had no problems blending the colors together. See? They all blended easily together. I did yellow, orange, pink, purple, and then they have the white. They have two whites in there, and one is white with like purple shift to it. So I used that one in the inner corner and on the brow bone. But it was an easy eye look. Oh, thank you, Crystal. She said we did a great job.
Thank you.
I wasn't as nervous this time. I don't think I did as good as I wanted to do, but I wasn't as nervous as last time. Because I really, really did a lot of research this time. A lot. I don't think there was a day that went by that I didn't look into it. Aren't you proud of me? I was able to look at the camera.
You did better.
I just posted my video the other day swatching the Tokyo palette from Nomad Cosmetics.
Oh,
It's
that's awesome.
I don't know. I don't know if I've seen that one. I saw is it Shanghai before they took it off the shelf? That one was beautiful. I wish they didn't take it off the shelves. That one was a really, really pretty palette. And you can't find it anywhere. Like I looked on Mercury, nobody's selling it. Krista, I don't know if you were here, but I got my mirror.
She showed it. She was so excited. But she couldn't turn her phone sideways, and so she had to figure it out.
Yeah, the pocket is good for like if you're doing like a tutorial or you want an up close video, but as far as reading the comments, I think it would be hard. But I'm gonna come over and check it out, Melanie. I'm gonna watch it.
Does anybody else have any theories about who did it for the Black Dahlia? Do you think it was George, or do you guys think it was the mortician? I mean, those are the top two.
Yeah, I mean, there was 150 suspects, so it could have been.
Did they not get the right person at all?
Yeah, it couldn't have been none of the above. It could have been one they didn't have. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my soda.
Okay. I'm just curious. Well, yeah, George. Yeah, I think George. That's my opinion. My opinion. Strictly my opinion. Too many. It is a lot of similarity, and then him like tormenting the cops. If I did it, you know, I think that's, you know, same thing as what he did with the newspaper. I mean, that kind of seems kind of similar. Playing head game. I don't know. He seems like him. I don't know. Maybe he did kill more. He just didn't get caught. Who knows? I mean, there was so much bizarre because the way what he did to her, you would think that there would be, I don't know.
Too many similarities, George. I always go back to the mortician, but truly I think it may have been someone obsessed with her and she rejected them, so they snapped. That's why it didn't seem like a serial killer. And she rejected the mortician.
Mm-hmm.
Like the doctor, there was so many reasons why you would think it was him, but why would he want to?
But I don't know. The mortician, for somebody to
Maybe
be,
they worked together.
or maybe it's for him to be that cruel and not to ever do that again. I don't know.
Like they bugged George's house, and he was talking to somebody when he said, well, what if I did kill the Black Dahlia? They have no proof because my secretary's dead. Who was he talking to when he said that? Like, maybe it wasn't just one person.
Nah, yeah, maybe.
I mean, that's a lot to do to one person. I don't know.
And since there was no proof, I mean, they had no real evidence of anything because whoever did it wiped everything clean.
All I know is it showed so much anger.
Yeah.
And the mortician was the only one that knew about the rose tattoo.
Or that he just let on.
Or what?
That he just let on that he knew about it. You know, that he just slipped doesn't mean that he.
Maybe the two of them are working together.
You know what I mean? Doesn't mean.
I mean,
it doesn't mean that he did it. Doesn't mean that he just could have known about it because he saw it on her because they had a thing.
I mean, he knows how to drain the blood. The doctor knows how to sever the body. Who knows if they work together?
I'm just saying he knew about the tattoo because obviously he liked her. Maybe he spied on her.
Or maybe she didn't reject him. Maybe she broke up with him at a later date.
Right. Maybe that she toyed with him and showed him a little bit of something.
Right, so much anger and hate. You're right, Crystal.
But maybe the doctor also, because serial killers also, they do have anger and hate, and that's why they do what they did.
I don't know. Either way, it was a sick person.
I mean, look at all serial killers. They kill because they hate somebody, and they re-kill them over and over and over.
But if he was or he or she was a serial killer.
But maybe he did end up killing himself or died and didn't kill anybody again. Yeah, Jack the Ripper. He killed out of frustration. Oh, the American. I haven't heard about that one. I need to.
It's like Jack the Ripper, very frustrating. Oh, speaking of, have you heard about the guy called the American Ripper? No.
No, but we'll have to check it out.
I'll write that one down too.
American Ripper. And Matthew Fox, he has done a lot of research on the Jack the Ripper. Like, he has read a lot about Jack the Ripper because we were talking about
it. American Ripper. Got it.
Okay.
H.H. Holmes. He had a murder hotel. Check that out.
Okay.
Thank you, Melanie.
You just know them all.
Yeah.
Yes.
H.H. Holmes.
My nose itches. Don't you hate when you like get your makeup all on and your nose itches?
Especially when you're face painting.
I'm sure it's worse. I don't face paint, so I don't know the tortures of face painting and paint my nose.
You get all the way done, and the nose is like the most covered, and then you got like this itch, and it's like you have to redo it all or just deal with it.
I mean, that would stink.
It does. Does anybody else have this fascination with Becca Champagne Pop? This is like my favorite highlighter ever.
Well, you better get it before they sell out. Because
Oh, I keep forgetting that.
they're going to be gone. I'm telling you, it's a time bomb. The company's going.
How about the Manson family?
I know the Manson family. That's a good one. We need to write that one down.
Okay.
Sharon Tate. That one's horrible. You guys are all like on it tonight.
Manson family.
I got
a list going on here.
I wrote it down. I got the Night Stalker Manson family. You got the one Mike suggested, the first one.
I got them. Night Stalker, American Ripper, H.H. Holmes, Manson families, and then he messaged me the other one.
I got American Ripper.
I swear, I'm getting old. I'm like sweating, and it's not even summer yet.
Are you having like a hot flash over there?
I am. And I'm only 43. Oh, that's right. So are you.
That I know.
Oh, no. I don't think it's heat flashes. I think it's medicine. Let me get a fan. There's a series called American Ripper. It was on the History Channel. His grandson or great-grandson thinks H.H. Holmes was Jack the Ripper.
Okay.
Oh, that feels so good. How long is the series? Is it on Netflix?
H. Holmes was Jack the Ripper. H. Holmes.
I have H.H. Holmes.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it.
Ted Bundy is a creepy killer as well.
Oh, Ted Bundy. Did anybody watch the movie? I did not get to watch the movie on Netflix where Zac Efron plays him, and I heard it was so good, and I'm so mad that I missed it because I heard Zac Efron was amazing as Ted Bundy.
Was it a movie or a series?
It was a movie.
And it's called Ted Bundy?
It was about Ted Bundy, yeah. And it was.
What's it called, though, so I can find it?
It was on Netflix. I'm sure if you just put Ted Bundy, it would probably come up.
Okay.
I mean, we could probably find it. It was awesome. And I heard it was freaky how good Zac Efron was. Like, freaky.
No, I didn't see that one
Dahmer
either.
freaks me out. Like, the whole Dahmer, eating people, that freaks me out. I think that is disgusting. Ugh. Ugh.
The recording, I think I might have saw that one.
Yes, I saw parts of the Ted Bundy recordings. Oh, he's creepy. So creepy.
Let me write it down though so I can check the recording. I think I did see that one though.
What about other unsolved mysteries, like the murder of the guy who on Hogan's Heroes? I was looking at books on my Kindle, and that came up because after reading the Black Dahlia, all these murder mysteries came up on my phone, true crime stories. I was like, I should start looking at these. So I was like, which one should I read next?
I used to always watch Unsolved Mysteries.
So now
it's not on Amazon, but it's on Pluto TV. It's not on Amazon because I have Amazon and I have Netflix.
I have Netflix.
Well, I have
All
Amazon
right, I guess
Prime,
we're
and
gonna
if
have
you have
like
Amazon phone, you can watch movies on
we're
Amazon.
gonna be watching a lot of true crime. Me and you.
The Murder of
Anybody
the
watch?
Original Superman?
Did anybody
I
watch
never heard of that.
that about the football player that the player for the Patriots that like killed a bunch of people, and he was like Hernandez. Do you remember watch that Netflix?
I don't think I saw that one.
It was good. He was messed up. Anybody watch it? Anybody?
I like watching true story movies.
It was a documentary about, and he was a Patriot football player, and
I didn't know that. You can
killed a
get
bunch of
Pluto on
people.
Amazon. It's free.
He killed a bunch of people. His name was it Aaron Hernandez? Might be an Aaron Hernandez. Anyway, he killed a bunch of people, and like in Florida, and then after he became a Patriot, he killed a guy.
I heard about that. I did hear about that.
Yes. And the Patriots like totally like now they won't even sell his shirts or anything, and
I did hear about that.
yeah.
Now that you were talking about that, I did hear about that.
They think that it could be because of all his
George Reeves, the original Superman. Ben Affleck did a movie about him.
All the head injuries he had as a football player that made him crazy. But in this documentary, they also said that he also...
You know what, Aaron? Yeah, I did see that because Jaron wanted to watch it. I did see him. Because of him being a football player.
Right. But they also said that he also probably had allegedly had a secret life that he maybe was bisexual, and he had that on the DL.
Could you imagine being married to somebody that comes home, kisses your children, sleeps next to you, and then goes somewhere else and kills people? Could you imagine living that kind of life?
I mean, a lot of people, look at the serial killer. I mean, a lot of them, we didn't know.
I mean, sleeping next to the person, he kisses your kids. Like, oh my God.
Did anybody, not that this is a true story, but did anybody watch that TV show Dexter?
I think I might. I have to go look.
It's kind of about a serial killer, and he like tries to have this normal life.
Oh wait, I know what you're talking about. It's a series, right?
What? Philip Adams, football player, he just killed 5. Oh no. Oh, we'll have to look that up. Not that we can do it.
Who does he play for?
It just happened 5 days ago. But really?
Who does he play for? And did he get away with it? Because I heard Dexter was a good show.
Dexter was a good show. It was a really good show. You guys
Ozzy got me into it. He has is it the guy that he has no emotions? He can do it and just has no emotions.
Well, because he's a serial killer. But he thinks he's killing for good because he kills bad people and bad serial killers. So he thinks he's doing it for good. But he's crazy.
He got away with it, Melanie? Is that yep to that question? My eye keeps on watering and I have no clue why.
But he thinks he's doing it for good. He's actually just as bad as anybody
Adam, 32, played... Oh, my favorite team.
What is your favorite team? Oh, 49ers.
And the Raiders.
And New England Patriots. See. Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. Wow.
But do you think that that's true that they say that football players, that makes them go insane, too many hits to the head, and that gives them a good defense for that?
Oh, he killed himself.
Oh, he took the. Oh. Well, there was a Chiefs player. You know, he accused his girlfriend. I don't remember his name. Well, he thought his girlfriend, she just had a baby, and she was like, he thought he was cheating, so he killed her and then killed himself. He killed himself to Chiefs football thing, headquarters or whatever, and shot himself there after he killed her. I can never remember his name.
I don't know.
But it was not that long. I mean, oh my God. Oh. But anyway, but I also think that was because of that too.
I mean, maybe too many blows from the head, you start thinking things. Not that it makes it right, but
because they have brain damage. No, I think that's. I don't think they should get that. I don't think that should be their
the
excuse.
victims included a prominent Rock Hill doctor and his wife, 2 of their grandchildren, and a worker who was at the doctor's Marshall Road home outside of Rock Hill, where the shooting took place.
Horrible.
Very.
I gotta take the dog out.
The grandchildren, like, I hate when children are involved. A couple days ago, like this past Wednesday, I didn't hear about that. Is that in California where you're from? Rock Hill? Right, Crystal? I don't like when children are involved. I don't like when anybody's involved, but children, they didn't even get to live yet.
I don't like it when children are involved either. I think that's so horrible.
Yeah, I mean, they have so much more life left. It's like my whole left side is watering, my eyes watering.
Are you okay? Did you get? Did they upset you? Do I?
I think it's this room. I think I need to take allergy pills before I come in here.
Who made you cry? Do we need to beat him up?
Yes. Beat up the room.
Beat up the room. Okay, so this is finished looks. What do you guys think? We didn't.
Did you like this story? How did we do?
What do you think of the eyes? We use the same palette, different eyeshadows in the palette, obviously. Did you guys enjoy the story?
Please let us know your thoughts, and thank you for giving us more stories to look up. It wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
Carolina.
It wasn't you because it was a long time ago. So, I mean,
that's a song. It wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
But thank you for everything.
Thank you guys so much for coming
tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We love you guys.
We enjoyed it. And thank you for oh, hi, Bobby.
Hey. Well, thank you for coming anyway.
Yeah. And thank you, everybody, for all your comments. And we enjoy having you guys here. We love you guys.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for coming. And we'll go see you guys next weekend for Slumber Party. And I think that's it.
And I believe tomorrow me and Crystal will be doing Sunday Fun Day.
Oh, you came right at the end. You missed it.
You're going to have to watch the replay.
You'll have to watch the replay.
Thank you, guys. Love you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Love you. Bye.